Okay, so do we have like some topics, or is it just Red Pill Black?
Just anything really. We're just gonna be talking about Red Pill Black most, like to start it off, I guess. Break the ice in a sense.
Okay.
Does anyone else really hate Asian people?
No, not me.
I can't say I do.
She's like she's just enjoying life at the moment.
Probably.
Chilling with people. Give me a sec. I'll actually send you the podcast that it was on.
How that is now.
Okay, let me check. Oh geez, I have to get back to the channel.
Yeah, hopefully this is working a little bit better. When I go to my own channel, it says I'm not streaming, which is really weird. Encoding overload. Consider turning down video set to drop.
Okay, guys, like, just keep talking, and I'm gonna leave the thing so I can, like, hear what it sounds like.
Okay.
Okay.
When I go to my own channel, it says I'm not streaming, which is really weird. Encoding overload. Consider turning down video. Did you hear me on stream?
The live stream crashed again.
Oh, it didn't.
It did for a second. It said live stream offline.
Is it back on now?
Yeah, it's back on.
Alright, it sounds
now.
good though, doesn't it? I think
And
it does.
And the part with you saying you hate Asian people is in it.
Yes.
Do you think? Okay. It's because when I open up my YouTube browser, that's when it happens. That's when the frame rate starts to drop.
Oh, by the way, my AVI isn't even.
I want to clarify right now, I do not hate Asian people.
Okay, we're streaming right now, so.
Alright, so we started.
Wait, was I on the Pesky podcast? No, I don't think I was.
No, I actually sent you both.
How do you not know if you were on a podcast?
I don't know, I've been on a lot.
Me and him were gonna do a podcast a long time ago, but I'm gonna be honest, we kind of dicked him off.
Okay, so I guess we should just start.
Yeah.
So I guess we should all just introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, Skunk, I guess. No, Jacko, you go first.
Jacko, you're the main.
Oh, yeah. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jacko here. This is the System 12 podcast. We are starting this off today. We're starting off with the Red Pill Black and Blair White drama that tied in with the Rubin report last night, and we're going to be touching on a few other things as well, which will be pretty awesome. So yeah, Skunk, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up guys? My name's Skunk. I'm a new commentator, like I'm new to the whole YouTube scene and doing YouTube in general, so yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about me. Damp?
Hello, I'm Damp Broadcast. I have the highest voice out of any commentator ever. And, I make the best content on the site, basically, is what we've established. And that's a joke. Please don't take that out of context.
Well, you probably make the best content out of the three of us.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Probably, yeah.
No, it's
yeah, it's
I really don't.
You probably do.
Yeah.
Well, even though you have one video.
I don't want to say I'm low-key jelly, but I kind of am, so...
Oh no, seriously don't say that. Okay, so I guess we should just get into the topic of Red Pill Black.
Yeah.
What a splash page is and what a splash page isn't, because apparently she doesn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Candace Owens, she is the dumbest person alive in my opinion. Like on last night on the Rubin report with Dave Rubin and Blair White, the main question that Blair kept asking Candace Owens was, are you aware that your website was and is being used as a method for doxers to get people's information? And she didn't even answer the question. She could have just said, no, I was not aware that this happened. But she was fully well aware that this actually was happening on her website. Mm-hmm. She kept swerving around the question. I think she's stupid. Like, when we were in Tommy C's Discord, he was saying that she's trying to get to power in Washington. I can see that. She's just on a hunger for power right now.
Well, yeah, there's no way you can completely change your political beliefs in under 9 months
Exactly.
and then reemerge as this
Well,
conservative.
I don't know about that because I used to be conservative. Now
I'm more
what's it,
liberal,
liberal?
old school liberal.
I'm a liberal.
Yeah, so
No, I'm a
you
Labour,
guys are
sorry, not liberal.
classical liberals.
Yeah.
But see, the issue is like, true, you can change your political beliefs in 9 months, but to go ahead and already make this new persona and this channel 9 months after you were actively working on a doxing website, like, it
Yeah.
just seems a little fishy to me.
Seems ridiculous in my opinion, to be honest with you. I think she just needs to get off the internet as soon as possible. Blair White was making extremely good points. It was a complete catfight. Like, Dave Rubin couldn't even talk during the entire thing.
He just had a face the entire time like he wanted to die.
Honestly, I would have probably wanted to die if I was him too.
He was longingly looking at his alcohol, just like...
Dave was falling asleep. You know, it is what it is. It was happening.
One thing that kept like getting brought up over and over again was that this sob story that Red Pill Black had, that she was like, I made this website to help people by doxing children, and she also failed to assume responsibility that somebody got doxed because of the website. Like, if you have
Exactly.
compiled this information and you have put it up on the internet, it doesn't matter if the information wasn't public. If somebody hacks in and uses it to dox somebody, you are in part responsible.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
See, she could have deflected this. I don't know what's wrong with like people these days, but no one seems to realize that if you just take responsibility straight away, be like, oh shit, yeah, I actually could have. This was preventable. I should just apologize to the public and be like, yes, I take responsibility for this. I'm sorry to anyone who got doxxed. Blah, 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 yada, yada. She would have came off completely fine, like unsheathed. I don't know why she didn't just apologize to begin with. Like,
exactly.
It just baffles me, honestly.
Is her website still up and running right now?
It got taken down 10 days ago.
Thought so. I was gonna say, you can do some research back on that.
And the only reason why it got taken down was because she let it expire.
Yeah,
she mentioned in the Rubin report that she was doing it because she wanted to be upfront and honest. But if you have a website with people's personal information on it, you need to take it down.
Yeah, that's true. That because I guarantee half those people didn't even know their personal information was on that website to begin with until people started coming forward and saying, hey, you know, we're friends. I see your information up on this site. Concerned for your, you know, well-being in a way. Because the internet is a dangerous place, either or. Like, same with the no bullshit stuff last night. You know, Candace Owens is playing the victim card, and so was no bullshit. No bullshit. I made a point on Tommy's stream when I was in the call. I said that basically no bullshit is claiming a dox, but in my opinion, it wasn't close to a dox, and Liam agreed with me too, because a dox includes your, you know, SIN number, first name, last name, close relatives, distant relatives, all that stuff, and these doxers or hackers were getting that through Candace's website, so that there's a fine line between, you know, just giving information out or just letting like a directory kind of, and you know, actually getting doxed.
Yeah, she feigned ignorance on a lot of the Rubin report about like a lot of crucial details about the website. And the issue with that is, if you truly are this ignorant where you think that Kiwi Farms is part of the deep web, then maybe you shouldn't be making a website that could potentially ruin people's lives.
Yeah.
Like if you're that ignorant, then you should have no part of making a web service designed to dox people.
Exactly, that is
regardless
100%
of whatever sob story you come up with.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff was going on last night with podcasters, and just there's been a whole bunch of nonsense drama, like a crap ton lately, and I honestly just do not understand and get it. Like, the YouTube community is kind of going to shit in a way with the people that are coming up in it.
like these skeptics really don't have too much common sense about them.
Yeah, it's honestly, I find the YouTube community is being a little bit ridiculous right now. That is just my personal opinion.
I noticed that like uh um Candace Owens, she was complaining about how Blair White went after Paul Joseph Watson and Alex Jones when like both of them put out a lot of false information, not just in this situation but like pretty regularly. And like they're on InfoWars. Do you really care if their credibility's tarnished? They already tarnished it themselves.
Exactly.
It's InfoWars.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true. I don't know. I honestly think Candace Owens, and a lot of people may agree with me, I honestly think she's an idiot.
Yeah. No, there's no justification for what she did. There's no sob story she can tell. There's no amount of ignorance she can feign. If you have made a website with these implications and you do not feel guilty about it, you do not take responsibility for it. It's like owning a gun, right? This is
Yeah.
going to be a very a strong analogy, but it's like owning a gun and you pulling the trigger because you didn't know what the trigger did.
Yeah, exactly. That is honestly a great analogy. I can feel you on that one too. Like, that is so accurate in so many different ways. Like,
Yeah, it's just there's this whole situation is just
stupid.
At risk of repeating myself, yeah, this whole situation is just stupid.
Yeah. Skunk, you got any deeper opinions on this entire stupid situation?
I don't want to seem like a retard, but I have no idea. Like, I haven't even heard about this until today.
Really?
Does anyone actually want to, like, give me the rundown on what's going on?
Okay, so basically Candace Owens, aka Red Pill Black, started a website last year that was used as a platform for doxers to pull information, kind of like an index or directory. Blair White, a bunch of other people in the community were completely calling her out. Candace, the whole reason why it blew up is because Candace called Blair White a crackhead, and like 4 other people crackheads too. She was just calling people crackheads. That's why it blew up to the extent that it did.
Yeah, who needs to take responsibility when you can just call people crackheads? It was incredibly funny when during the Rubin report, she compared her becoming a conservative and not being accepted to Blair White transitioning. She's like, oh, well, see, people accepted you transitioning. Well, I've transitioned into a conservative, so you need to accept me.
Yeah.
Like, stop. You are an SJW. You are not fooling anybody. You're retarded.
Yeah, she is honestly very, very stupid. She's probably the dumbest person alive right now, in my opinion. Yeah. What was the topic you were talking about earlier about the other podcast with Andy?
Okay, so Andy Worski brought No BS Live.
Yeah.
He brought him on his podcast, Andy Worski Live, or like his live stream, I mean, to defend himself because No BS made quite possibly one of the dumbest, most pointless videos ever made by a skeptic.
Yeah.
He basically made up of this group called the Cool Kids Club, all spelled
I
with
heard
K, so
about
you can
that.
call them
I
the
heard
KKK.
about that.
Tommy C actually made a really good podcast.
I
on
was
it.
watching that. It was last night, right?
Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah,
it was really well done. Go check it out.
That was the one I
not
was
right
on.
now though. Yeah, but anyways, so basically he made this video saying that some people doxed him, and that they are part of this club, and they're liberals, they're classical liberals, and they're targeting him because he's conservative. Except the issue with this is all that happened was first of all, he's had another channel where he's had his face on it.
Brooke Show.
Yeah.
Heard
and
of that, yeah.
He's gotten millions of views before on other videos. And then on this new channel, he was trying to be like anonymous or whatever. But at VidCon, he was introducing himself. Oh, hey, I'm No BS, and then after that, right? So he fell asleep at a panel, probably a very boring panel with some regressive liberal.
Yeah.
Um, and Bunty King and Lord Vega, who are both really stand-up guys,
Yeah, I like Vega. Vega's a good dude,
were
and
just
I've heard about
were
Bunty
they,
before.
yeah,
Oh,
they're
my
just two dude
God.
bros. They're two
Yeah.
dude bros. They took a video with him while like he was like asleep on the chair, and just like they didn't do anything to him. They didn't draw sharpies on his face, nothing like that.
Yeah.
They just thought it was funny that somebody fell asleep at a panel. Um, somehow No BS decided, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a dox.
Right.
I'm gonna take this as a dox. These people are all conspiring against me. People like Blair White are conspiring against me. Oh, and he called several people liberals who aren't even liberals or openly conservatives.
Wait, in what way is this doxing?
Exactly. It was just his face. It wasn't even
wasn't
his
a dox.
personal. It wasn't even his personal information. His face
Oh.
just got released. That is the whole argument that bullshit. No bullshit
not-
has.
It was not a group called the Cool Kids Club. He just made
It
that
was
up.
Vega and Bunty who did it because they found it entertaining.
I
They're
will be honest. You should never leak someone's face without the permission.
still.
Like, that is a big no.
He was at
Okay.
a public event though.
He's a YouTube
at VidCon.
personality. Yeah, he's at VidCon. He's a YouTube personality, and 7 out of 10 people at VidCon are content creators. So I guarantee Vega and Bunty didn't know which content creator it was. But since Vega and Bunty are both pretty well known, I would assume that they thought, okay, well, this is pretty funny. You know, it's just for jokes.
Do you
Shit's
want to see if we can get Bunty or Vega in here right now?
This is honestly, this is like what I want to see. I want to see if I can
Give me a minute, I'll hit them up.
Yeah,
if
see,
get them in here.
this happened in May. VidCon happened in May, right? I think so. Either way, it happened a couple months ago, but just because a couple people who he's had disagreements before reposted the tweet, he's gonna call this a dox now and say it's attack on him by classical liberals. It makes no sense whatsoever. But not only this, like, they had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
They just thought that he was some
Exactly.
goof
Some
that
small
fell asleep.
some small little content creator like 1.5 3k sub. Like, I'm not saying that's small. I'm not trying to diminish
Yeah.
the fact that, you know, that amount of subs is smaller or whatnot, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they thought he was a smaller content creator, maybe the size of Vega and Bunty, because let's be honest here, Vega and Bunty, they're not the most well-known content
Well,
creators.
see, I'm like Bunty thought he was a small content creator. Vega just thought he was some dude who decided
Exactly.
and he didn't even know he was a content creator.
Exactly.
And Bunty
He
just assumed.
he hangs out with Tommy. That's how they all got known, is because of Tommy. Like, how I've been in Tommy's Discord for quite a while, and I don't know, I started talking to them all after like a year and a half ago when all this stuff started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's honest, like, there's been every time I come back into that Discord or just anywhere with them, I'm not saying they're drama kings or queens, I'm just saying the drama seems to follow them, both of them, not Bunty, not Vega, but just people that are surrounded with Tommy right now. It seems like the drama just keeps following them nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
something that I find really funny, though, one of my friends said it actually earlier. We were talking about the Blair White thing, and Blair was just... Would you not agree that Blair was just completely toasting Candace?
Absolutely. No question about it. I disagree with Blair White on a lot of things.
Yeah,
and
it was all impulse.
she's done some things that I certainly haven't liked in the past, but there's no way, absolutely no way that you can say that Candace Owens won that.
Yeah, that's true. Candace, I honestly feel like none of them won it. They were just both screaming at each other. If you want to win a debate, do it the right way. Don't scream at each other. Have a civilized sit down, talk it out, prove your own points, like 5 points each, with a backup discussion, like your opinion, your argument, and go back and forth. And let the people, the viewers of the podcast, or whatever format you decide to do, decide for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't think you're gonna be able to get Bunty on at least right now because he's doing a live stream.
Fuck, alright, I'll see if I can hit up Vega.
Are you friends with Vega?
Acquaintances, not so much friends.
Yeah. I feel like it would be good to get one of them on. Well, not Buncey, but at least Vega, because I feel like it would be good. Like, the questions I would ask him, and I take it you guys would probably ask him is, like, what is your take on this situation? Like, here's our opinions. What's your opinion on it? And here's what No Bullshit said.
Oh, yeah.
Because my goal is I am going to get into... I know people who do know No Bullshit personally. I'm going to
get Vega on right now. He's currently not online, so...
Yeah.
Well,
it's for another time, right?
did you watch Andy Worski's live stream?
I watched it briefly, and then I hopped off of it because I went to the Red Pill Black because I honestly found it a little bit more interesting.
Okay, I've watched all of it, and it's not only is it hilarious, but like it shows that like No BS is no skeptic. He's a fraud. It was logical fallacies from him left and right. He would take something that somebody said, like battening. Oh, geez, I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
He would take something that, like, battening said, and then he would conflate... Okay, for instance, so battening brought up the point that, like, you cannot debate Destiny destroyed you. And he brought up the point with, like, on the stream that had No BS and Destiny on it, they were like talking about like incest. Like Destiny first of all does not believe incest is it's morally acceptable, but he's like, can you make a logical argument why it is immoral to do it? And first of all, No BS couldn't for some reason, which is like the easiest thing in the world to defend.
Okay,
but when Battening brought this up to No BS, like, hey, you can't debate, you completely got destroyed here. He's like, battening is okay with incest. He conflated losing a debate in a live stream to battening is fine with incest. He supports incest.
What? That hurts my brain.
Is Dave currently live streaming?
I was thinking
check.
we could get Tommy in.
Yeah, well, Tommy's live stream. He's doing a shot from the point warm up right now. But yeah, maybe you can ask Tommy and see if we can get him on, because I'm just trying to get someone on right now, because if we could, I think it'd be so much beneficial to get multiple sides of this story.
Dave isn't live streaming.
Okay.
Do you want to pick up Dave?
Yeah, we can hit up Dave.
I'm not sure how much he knows about the situation, though. I'm assuming he watched Tommy's live stream.
Well, I'm assuming he does know some of it because because he's in that ring.
Yeah. Okay then. Anytime Battening would like say something to No BS.
Which of us are hitting them up as well?
Pardon?
Which of us are hitting them up?
You can if you want.
Go on.
Yeah, I don't even have him on Discord, so I won't do that.
Yeah.
But like on the live stream, anytime Battening brought up like a genuine piece of criticism, like how No BS, he monetized a video about a tragedy, right?
Yeah.
But he did a sponsored product placement in which he connected the product placement to the tragedy.
Yeah.
And then, but the video was about the left exploiting tragedies for political gain when he was doing it for monetary gain.
Pardon, Skunk?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Who are the people who are currently involved in the situation?
It's Bunty, Vega, Tommy, and...
No, I mean the drama. Like, what's going on? What are the names of the people?
Oh, are you talking about the live stream with Andy Worski?
It's No Bullshit and Lord Vega and Bunty. Those are the people. Because are you talking about the doxing?
The drama? Yeah, the doxing, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's...
Battening got on the live stream to confront him about his doxing video.
Okay, can someone send me his username in a message so that I can copy it?
I don't have his username now. I don't even know if he's in Tommy's Discord.
No, I don't mean so that I can message him. I mean so that I can get the name right when I message Dave about what we're talking about.
Oh, hold on. Who? No BS or?
Yeah.
It's just No Bullshit is his name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, then I can just spell one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I just got a notification from YouTube. Digibro, Monkey Jones, Endless Jess, and No BS in 30 minutes. from Tommy. So I guess he's gonna be talking about it. Either that, or he might have him on. But I
Monkey,
really doubt that.
Mumkey's already in the on air right now. They're already talking, so.
Well, I'm sure Mumkey will be on, but Mumkey's fine with joining. No BS is a coward.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if I had a bigger following and this podcast had a bigger following and just me personally had a bigger following, like since I know a few people, like I do have connections. I'm not saying I don't have connections, but I would honestly extremely try. Like I would probably pay no bullshit to get on the podcast just to discuss.
Honestly, I would roast him.
No, like, okay, you also have to be professional about it, right?
No, I would probably be pretty professional. But
I have a set of questions that I would want to ask him and anybody else who else comes on, right? I'm not like, I may call them stupid for some of the point. I'm not going to call them personally. Okay, my opinion is if I'm in a debate with someone, I will call them out if I think one of their opinions is stupid. But I don't think anybody personally is stupid. What they say is stupid. Who they are isn't stupid. You know what I mean? That's how I think of it. It's different for every person how every person thinks about it, but yeah.
I'm actually looking at the comments of the Andy Worski live stream.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Dave's currently busy at the moment, so he won't be able to join us.
What did you ask him?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, he said he's warming up for Tommy's stream at the moment, so.
Oh, is he gonna be a point man today?
Yeah.
Dave's a point man. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, the good thing is though, if this stream does get wind, because these guys are gonna know about it now.
Oh, okay. Well, he said give me notice, and next time he'd love to do it, so.
Did he actually?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Send me a screenshot. I want to see that.
Okay.
Because I would honestly love. Does he know it's my podcast?
No, I just told him that I'm doing a podcast. That was probably bad wording. But...
Yeah, well, still though, either or. Because next time I am doing a podcast, I might do a.
Yeah, it's in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Because Shark Baby already tried getting Dave on the show.
Okay.
I could probably get someone in here that I know personally that, that might not be well known, but they will still have an opinion. Anybody who has an opinion on the situation is more than welcome to come and discuss it with us.
Yeah.
Is anyone currently watching right now, by the way?
I can double check real quick.
I don't think so. Let me check.
There's nobody's watching, but still, I have it set to where,
It saves.
Ah. Okay.
I'm looking at the comments on the live stream with Andy Worski, and like No BS and Batning and everybody. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Somebody who was on No BS's side, like he joined the live stream towards the end, and he was like, No BS, you have literally ruined everything. You have ruined all the progress that we've made, and I'm no longer on your side. The guy's name was Irate Bear.
Okay.
Like, they talked about something personally, about like just ending this beef and taking down the video with the Cool Kids Club video. Like they were like, okay, fine, I'll take down the video, and I'll apologize to everybody.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. He rants on a live stream and makes himself look like an idiot. And if you actually look in the comments of the live stream, there's not a single comment defending him. Like, this is how much he messed up. Even his diehard fans can't defend him in this situation. His defense is just so poor, and it's awful. I strongly recommend watching this live stream. It's hilarious. Like it's a gold mine, honestly.
Yeah, and like YouTube, the reason why Keemstar and everybody does YouTube drama is because it is a gold mine. The reason why they all have so many views, like not really Tommy. Like let's put Scarce and Keemstar into this. The reason why they have so many viewers and why they get so much attention is because of the fact that people want 2 points of views on the drama situation. If you watch Scarce and Keemstar, both of them have 2 completely different points of views on the situation.
Yeah. Also, like, a lot of people just want to see people like make fools out of themselves, which is certainly what happened in this situation.
Yeah, there's been just a crap ton of stuff that's been going on. It's all honestly stupid and pointless. Like, I remember when I first got into the pot, like, just this community in general, it's when Line Maker and everything first started happening. There's always stuff going on. There's always going to be drama. There's never not going to be drama. Drama's always going to be relevant in any single community because you have just children. Like, people who do not have maturity at all, who just like to cause stuff for views, for attention, for clout, as people would say.
Clout.
Yeah, clout gang, they're pointless. Like, one thing that I seen, actually, it's kind of interesting. Have you heard about, Team 10, right?
Yeah, no, I know about Team 10.
The Martinez twins, they followed everybody in the clout gang.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And
yeah.
It looks like they're gonna try and make some fake beef with them for views.
Yeah.
I would think that they would have been at least a little bit more inconspicuous about it, instead of just publicly following somebody and like talking about how they were going to start a fake beef on their Twitter account. But nobody follows their Twitter account because it's like a bunch of brain dead children.
Okay, I actually just got a guest for the Discord. He's gonna hop in now, and he's gonna...
Who is it?
Hound.
Oh, okay.
Hound.
Which is gonna be good. He probably has a really good take on the situation.
I like Hound. There's a podcast. I don't know if there's been recent episodes, but he was actually doing a podcast about a month ago called the Men's Podcast. It's,
yeah.
I think it was Nick Dolo, Hound, and The Real Gatsby. Yeah,
that's it. It's the one podcast that Hound is currently a part of, I believe, is okay. There's Hound right there. He's in general.
Yeah, we gotta move him.
Yeah, I'll move Hound up.
No, I don't think it was The Real Gatsby. I think it was Santa Claus. That's it.
Yeah. Santa Claus and Hound and someone else are in a podcast right now.
Hey, Hound, you're muted, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, Hound has his mic muted right now. Hey.
Okay, it's unmuted.
Yeah.
How's it going, Hound?
Not bad, man. Yourself? Me?
Oh, not too bad. So, do you have a take on this situation? Because what we've been discussing is Red Pill Black, Lord Vega, Bunty. Like, I feel like that's the main hot topic for this podcast right now is the Lord Vega, Bunty, and no bullshit situation.
I don't even know what's going on, to be honest.
It's honestly ridiculous. Like, so basically Lord Vega and Bunty were at VidCon. They took a picture of No Bullshit. He fell asleep at one of the stands at one of the areas. They didn't know who the heck he was. They posted on Twitter, No Bullshit seen it, claimed dox, but it wasn't even a dox.
That's it?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, that's cute.
And there's huge beef over it right now.
How is this? You are publicly showing your face, so that gives other people permission to show your face once you've done it.
It's really one of those things because it's not a dox, because doxing actually requires someone to not know who you are and all that shit. And it's an awkward situation. But if you're in a public space and it's someone's home, like I'm assuming they fell asleep in the home that they were renting. It's not even his. It's not his space, so it's.
Exactly.
Their consent already, like it's their private property.
Yeah, and part of the terms of service, the terms of conduct rather, for VidCon is like you are giving anybody permission to film you at VidCon. Like it says it in the terms of conduct.
Yeah, it's outlandish what's going on. Like when. Like, they didn't even know who he was. I don't even know how he really even, like, found out about the tweet.
I honestly think this is just a publicity stunt. Like, he's seen someone who's bigger than him has been like, oh shit, these guys have noticed me. If I can stir up some drama here, then I can get more publicity.
No Bullshit's way bigger than Vega and Bunty.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, no, I just don't. He has like 200. He has
like
200K.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
What's even the rhyme or reason?
220,000 subscribers.
I don't think anybody's stature on subscriber count or followers should have an impact on how social interaction should work.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but it's like a stigma that's like very common. Like a lot of people.
No,
will,
it
like,
doesn't
say,
work like that.
Well, I mean, I personally don't agree with it, but like a lot of people think like that. Like you shouldn't go after YouTubers who are smaller than you. Like it's like a.
Of course you should.
Okay, you should go after YouTubers who are smaller than you, just not YouTubers who are kids. Like that's or autistic. Like,
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
work like that, because then you're holding them to a special pedestal, which doesn't work. Let's say some kid with Downs makes fun of you. Like, let's say your mom died, right? And he makes fun of it. Do you not then have the right to say, well, you're a fucking Downy and you should kill yourself? Like, that's the thing, right?
I mean, I think so because they're mentally impaired and they can't logically weigh
They
the
can't logically
situation.
think about it, yet they can put one and one together and to insult it like that. Yeah, I don't think that's how it
Well,
works.
I mean, it takes a lot. Insults are easy. Hard hitting
Downy?
criticism. Well, I mean, you can just say, "Hi, you're stupid, lol."
well, you can come up with like a more what's the word I'm looking for? You can come up with a better insult than that, you know, like you can just
I
don't
mean,
attack
like
them
people
down.
like that aren't in the right headspace to like.
Alright, you're allowed to criticize people, but just don't do it like the way Leafy did it, for instance, with Tommy NC 2000.
Yeah, exactly.
He criticized his autistic characteristics, even if he didn't know he had autism or not.
Yeah, Tommy didn't
Realistically,
even
it
go
was his
after him.
autism, so-
Yeah, Tommy didn't do anything.
Tommy
he didn't
just
retaliate.
saved some eggs from a car, and then he got like
Exactly. And
hate from millions of people.
I've
Tommy's
talked
the
to
real YouTube hero.
I've talked to Tommy before, not Tommy C, but Tommy NC 2010. He's a nice guy. He was just doing something nice, and he's a content creator. That's what he does. He's a vlogger. Now his content may be an hour long, but it still is good content. And he just happened to be recording on he was just happened to be recording a vlog, and he just happened to see an older woman with eggs on the roof of her car who just happened to be walking by, and he wanted to stop her from damaging her eggs. Like, she just bought them. It was a nice thing. I don't know why Leafy had to take jabs.
You've got to keep in mind that Tommy's brain is physically wired different to most people's. Like, the neuron,
Exactly.
it's the way autism works. Like, he doesn't perceive situations how normal. Well, I don't want to say normal, but how people without autism would perceive the situation. So
Exactly. Like
I don't think
there's-
that's a fair
there's-
point to make. Skunk, you and I both are autistic as well,
Yeah,
yet
but
I know how to
we're-
fucking handle a situation, and I'm
Well,
pretty
no,
sure
but
you do as well.
it's like it's a spectrum. Like,
Yeah, it's a spectrum. Like,
there's
autism.
different levels of severity. Some people
Oh yeah,
have
no, I
self-awareness
definitely
and
know
some don't.
that. But like, I sort of grew out of mine. Like, if that
My
makes sense.
I have family members that work they work in schools with people, and basically what how the spectrum is broken up is there's little branches of it. Basically, so it stems off into the two main categories: high functioning and low functioning. Low functioning is basically you don't have good fine motor skills.
You're a potato.
Yeah, you're basically a potato. Most of them can't speak very well, don't have good mobility. Now,
so where would I fall under then? 'Cause I've actually got something called dyspraxia with my autism, which actually affects my motor functions.
that would be high functioning because you still are mostly
You're mentally
competent.
there.
You're mentally there, yeah.
Mentally here. Okay.
Well, it's not that they're like not mentally not there. It's just that they're
Their
not.
brain-
Their brain
Like, their
processes
brain is
differently.
Exactly.
Like, literally, the neurons in your brain are going different paths from people without autism, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, that's the science behind it, so.
Yeah, and like, honestly, like, depending on whether you can criticize somebody because of like their autism, really, it's really about the severity of it. Like, okay, there's like this reviewer named Mr. Enter who's like
Okay.
in the cartoon community, right?
Yeah.
He's, I'm pretty sure he's autistic. I know he made a video about it. Yeah, he is. But like, people were criticizing him, and nobody's gonna say that he cannot be criticized because he's very high functioning. You can't even tell.
Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure there was a statistic like 2 out of 10 people, or like 2 out of 10 people in the United States have autism. It's not a noticeable thing. It's not a bad thing. Michael Jackson had autism. Albert Einstein had autism. A lot of famous people who were amazing. Michael Jackson did
Everybody
have autism.
has something wrong with them in the end.
Exactly. Yeah, in the end, it's just a different severity level.
I do feel like autism is started to become more of a social construct, though. Not in the way that it doesn't exist, because it clearly does.
It does.
Oh, I think you're talking about like the diagnosis, right? Like,
No. What I mean is the way we're treating autistic people
is differently from what they are like what they should be treated as. They're treated as like they're not able, but they are completely able. You're just not giving them the opportunity to be able, in my opinion.
Exactly, and that's why we've got so many people who appear more autistic than they actually are.
Yeah, so, because they're treated that way. So, you know, say, you know, like
look at Hound, for instance. Like Hound, self-proclaimed that he's grown out of his autism.
Exactly, because you can do that. It's
I can only assume that that's because like your background and like the environment that you were raised.
I mean, I wouldn't say like you can grow out of it. I think it's coping.
You push it.
You learn to adapt with your autism.
Yeah, it's coping more. It's coping more or less. Like in some aspects, any mental disorder or just disorder in general is 75% of mindset. You can grow out of it, you can cope with it.
Compare the way Hound's background is with mine. I'm someone who's been raised like that autism is okay, and that like I shouldn't be ashamed of having it, but I never learned to deal with my autism. So like say like I'm talking to someone, I still can't make eye contact with them. Like I like freeze up and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, like, the way we treat autistic people, we shouldn't be treating them as if they're different. Like, we should hold them at the same regards that we hold ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think if, like, they're very high functioning, you know? Like,
yes, like, obviously I'm talking about the high functioning ones with people like Tommy and Steve.
Well, see, like, people like Tommy has some issues, like,
he has social awkwardness.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
Like, I don't think he can handle himself completely. Or see, hold on. For instance,
that's where you're wrong on a lot of points, because a lot of people think. I don't want to say negative because it doesn't really seem like you're negative in that sense, but like, people think negative of it like at all. But it's like they're pretty alright, dude. Like I know one guy at my old school. He was really heavy. Like he was a low functioning autist, right?
Yeah.
That dude could fight though. Like fuck, dude. He had someone knocked one of his snacks over like on purpose because people bully him for the fuck of it.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and like he actually threw a punch. He knocked the guy out cold, and he started kicking the fuck out of him. He's like, "See, that's not funny, is it? You think because I'm autistic, I can't fight back, but I just did."
I understand that, but like there are some tasks, and depending on like the form of autism they have, like. That like some people will have difficulty with it.
Exactly.
Like there was this kid in my old school who I was actually friends with, and he used to be bullied because I don't know where he learned to speak with an American accent. Like he's never lived in America, but there's
actually a disorder that I'm honest. I actually don't remember the name, but I know I had a friend on Discord that I actually met. Because I've met a lot of people over the time that I've been on Discord. I've been on Discord for quite a while, right? I assume you have too. So I met a kid who actually had a disorder, and I met one in person as well. He was younger, but there actually is a disorder that is just, it's not genetic. It's just something that you get, and it basically is to where you just, it's not a branch of multiple personality, but your body just not lashes out, I don't want to say, but it just does stuff differently to where you speak with a different accent without even knowing it and not even being from that part. Like someone from the America could be talking with a perfect Liverpool accent, right?
Huh.
So yeah, it's very interesting. Like all this stuff is interesting.
It's kind of like some people who have gotten like brain injuries. Like it can cause a complete demeanor change, or they can become really good at something.
With the brain, if anything is touched in any way, or slightly even moved, it can change your personality completely. Depends on which side of the brain it happens on.
Yeah, like.
I'm pretty sure it's the frontal. What's it called?
It's your frontal lobe.
That's it. The frontal lobe, like that's like.
That's where your personality is, pretty much. It's where the components to your personality is.
Like there used to be a practice. They don't do this anymore, except for like some severe cases, where like if you were like crazy, they just cut off your frontal lobe. They'll just like, hey, we're just gonna lobotomize you. That'll fix it.
Yeah, like back in like the whole, I don't know, one thing that was honestly disgusting back in the time of the Holocaust with not even just the frontal lobe, just anytime someone was different, like there was, I don't know if you ever learned about it in school. I assume Hound might have known something about it. I'm not too sure. You might even, Damp. I'm not too sure about you, Skunk, because you're from the UK, so it's different learning system there. Yeah, it's basically there was a scientist who is really close to Hitler. He did testing on twins. 42,000 twins were killed in the process. They wanted to see how the genetics worked. He was a genetic scientist. He wanted to see what made twins twins, how they got the same hair color. But the whole point of the study was, how can two people look completely identical but have two complete different personalities? That was the whole front for the study.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's different. It's weird. Like, people think that all autistic people are the same. Like, I've talked to Tommy NC before, and some people in real life, and just people on Discord, like you, Hound, you, Skunk. Everybody with autism is different, just like anybody else. So you should not treat them different than anybody else. You can't treat them all the same.
We all have different personalities and come from
different strengths, different weaknesses, likes and dislikes, hobbies. All that stuff.
It's like the way I'm stupid. Like I don't want to say I'm stupid, but I know that I kind of am with most subjects. But then you give me like a guitar, a keyboard, like a trumpet, and I'll like be able to play it instantly.
There's
like
different
there are some skills.
When I was in high school, I actually learned about there's a thing. It's personality. There's a thing called the personalities trait spectrum. We learned about it in anthropology, my psychology class, right? Basically, there is a thing where you can be a musically inclined person, a visually inclined person, a auditorial inclined person, a bunch of these different things. So you must be a musically inclined person.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is, but like you give me pretty much any instrument, and I'll be able to master that instrument like within a year.
You realize that most of the composers, like the big composers, were all had that. Like they were all musically inclined. I'm pretty sure Mozart actually had some. It was Bach or someone like that. I think it was either Bach or Beethoven that had a disability.
Yeah.
It was Beethoven.
Yeah, I thought it was Beethoven. Beethoven, after a while in his career, he went deaf, I believe, which is remarkable.
Yeah. Well,
which is actually when he made his best music after he went deaf.
Exactly, because, like, it's so interesting. There was a person on America's Got Talent that, she actually, her name was, you can look at the video if you want, her name was Mandy Harvey, and what she did was, she lost her hearing when she was 18.
Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah, and people who were deaf literally wrote the music and sang the songs and kept on pitch, on key, and on with the tune. They wore bare feet or socks on the floor. They would literally feel the vibrations to keep on key. That's what Beethoven would do.
Beethoven wrote his music because he would like feel a vibration.
Because when sound travels through wood, and wood is one of the most it vibrates extremely well. So Beethoven would just have to put his feet on the ground and feel the vibrations from the piano, and just knowing from when he wasn't deaf the sounds of the piano. Because even before he wasn't deaf, he was still an amazing composer.
Yeah.
Oh, and something to add is Mandy Harvey, like. She didn't sing for like 7 years after she went deaf.
Yeah.
And she just like relearned it.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the drummer from. I can't remember what band it was, but there was a drummer who was in a car accident and lost like one of his arms. so he learned to play drums with one of his feet in the hospital. Like he was just like, yo, give me that pedal real quick.
Yeah.
And then he like played. I want to say it was Def Leppard, but it might have also been Rush. I can't remember.
I think it is Rush. Is Def Leppard. I know who Def Leppard drummer is, and his limbs are intact.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's completely ridiculous how you have these remarkable people in the world, and people like No Bullshit who are complete, and Candace Owens who are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, okay. You were talking about like the whole experimentation with like trying to figure out why twins were different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just even if they're genetically identical, they're going to have different experiences. It's all about personal experiences that is going to change how a person acts. I mean, for a smart guy, for like a scientist to not realize it, pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's been, like what I said before, there's been just so much drama in the community. There's just so much going on everywhere right now. Have you not noticed? Like with President Trump. President Trump's been doing a lot in the community as well, which is not good. I'm anti-Trump, extremely so. I do not support Trump.
I mean, I don't really care.
Hound, what's your take on Trump?
Fucking love him, dude.
You love him?
Yeah, dude.
Really? 100%? You're not being sarcastic?
Fine with him.
No.
Wow.
I mean, look,
I love him for multiple
Trump.
Reasons.
I think he's an amazing businessman, but I think he's a horrible politician.
No, he's a lousy businessman. He's went bankrupt like 7 times.
Yeah,
but he's also had like over 300 companies that have succeeded very well.
Exactly, and Donald Trump's net worth is like 17.5 billion. So out of those, the reason why I think he's an amazing businessman is even after he goes bankrupt, he can pick up the pieces and rebuild.
No. He doesn't pick up the pieces. The way the Monopoly game works with rich people is they're all like in a social group. So if one of them goes bankrupt, they're like, yo, give me a loan, I'll start a business, then I'll give you the money back.
Yeah, in some aspects.
Well, I know, but I don't think that needed to happen with him.
Yeah, it kind of was, to be honest. Like, you at least need a bit of money to start out with.
I don't like Trump because he actually enforces what he believes in, which is like freedom of speech, and like both candidates, to be honest, right? I said it so many times. Both candidates were shit, but the better one came out, in my opinion.
Bernie Sanders wasn't that bad.
Okay, look.
Oh, Bernie was terrible, dude. He's in the voice. He's
a socialist.
He's too old.
Trump is old too, dude. Trump is 70.
Well, hold on. I'm more worried about Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders' politics. He's a socialist.
Yeah, I guess.
That doesn't work though. That's the issue, really.
Yeah, socialism just doesn't work because of humanity's flaws. Like for socialism to work, like everybody would have to be perfect and compassionate and willing to share everything. It's just not like that. There will always be corruption in the system.
The thing is, we have one life, right? Who is number one? Me, you. Like, we're all number one in our own mind. Like, why the fuck would we care about other people? And that's why I don't believe in groups like Black Lives Matter, ISIS, anything like that.
I feel like all lives matter.
There's a reason why I don't believe in Black Lives Matter, not because I think every life matters. Because not just black people, so go fuck yourself.
Well, no, the
it's not
reason
even
why I
that.
don't like them
It's
is
easy.
because of their practices.
Oh yeah, don't
Oh,
get me
It's not
wrong.
even that personally.
Hold on,
Like,
am I the
if they truly
only-
believe that, then wouldn't they scream all lives matter rather than just all white lives matter? Like, isn't all lives matter stronger than just black lives matter?
See,
Well, no. They're what they're trying to say is Black Lives Matter as well, except they handle it awfully and they do stupid things.
No. See, there are supporters of Black Lives Matter who are then also like, oh, the white man keeps bringing me down.
Do you read
I
chat
wish I
at
was
all by
getting my
chance?
white privilege check in the mail.
Do you read your chat at all?
I do
The
not.
chat?
Oh yeah, I've been looking at the chat, but no one's been typing anything in the chat.
That's not true, dude. Jade's been typing a little bit.
Who?
Hold on, let me look.
It's Chicken Shittler.
Chicken
Can you
Chiller?
send me a link to the chat and I'll...
Yeah, well, I'm on my phone right now, and it's not showing up the chat. That's the only issue.
She
So what's-
says, explain socialism, please. I would love to know how much you know about socialism.
Okay, so
Oh man.
yeah, explain socialism then, Damp, because
Okay.
I don't.
Either or, like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certainly several types of socialism, but socialism is basically like everything owned is collective. Well, not everything, but like everything is shared, things are collective, and there's like a central government in order to distribute the wealth and everything.
Yeah, see, politics in Canada are extremely different from the United States. The parties that we have they kind of have weird names, but they're kind of the same thing, but they're also far from it. We have the Conservatives, we have the NDP, we have the Liberals. Basically, Liberals, I take it in the is this true? In the United States, liberal is just another word for Republican.
You're Canadian?
Yeah, I'm Canadian.
Yet you care about Trump? What the fuck?
I don't like Trump because what Trump is doing.
No,
Wait,
you're in Canada.
Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Are you in the United States?
No, I'm European.
Okay, so I'm the only person who actually lives in the States.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the thing is, the reason why I don't like Trump, if Trump messes up, the only reason, like the main reason why I'm against him, he's gonna botch trading agreements. Canada gets a lot of the stuff from the United States, and the United States gets a lot of stuff from Canada. If Trump cuts off ties with Canada, which is bound to happen sooner or later, Canada's gonna go broke. Our main exporter is automotive parts. If you were to look it up, just like look it up right now, Damp. Look how much automotive stuff is exported from Canada to the United States. Most of your automotive is.
Wait,
so that's the only reason why you're against the...
No, I just think he's an idiot. I think he's not the smartest person. I honestly think he makes irrational decisions. I think he says really outlandish and dumb shit.
Like what?
Building a wall. Like, what is that about?
What's wrong with it?
Banning the entire Muslim race from the United States. That's over a billion. That's over a billion people.
You want to know why it's not a terrible thing to do?
Why?
The wall is not a ridiculous idea, right? But the meaning behind it, it's not that bad. If you think about it, there's a lot of drug trade, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
All right, no.
Well, actually,
Go
ahead.
It's a good point.
Yep.
If there's a lot of like illegal trading going on, drug trading, illegal immigrants, they don't work, they just figure out the benefits, right?
Yeah.
If you stop that, you get a lot more jobs back to people who actually want to work. That's a great idea. The more jobs, the more money, the more wealth. It's not that bad. If the people who make drug trades, they come in with no fucking how do you say it, illegality, I think that's the word. And there's an issue because that's again illegal people coming in, they're taking your money and it just doesn't work. It doesn't grow the country. Like for all you know, they can go to Uganda after they're done.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much stealing money from you, and then they're getting drug trades in. Can ruin other companies. It's just not a good thing for the country. That's really it.
Okay. I'm going to give the insider perspective as I live in the United States, right?
Yeah, and
one
you
of
said
the issues
I don't think
wall.
just not to be rude, right? But I don't think just because you're on the inside doesn't mean.
Oh no! I completely agree. It doesn't give me any credit. It was more just for like a transition.
This is my argument.
White can do dog surgeries. No.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
This is my argument against Trump. The incentive behind the wall, the idea of keeping the Mexican, Somalian, any illegal immigrants who are bringing in drug trades, rape, all that stuff, the incentive, the idea is good, but the way he's going about it is wrong. Same with banning all Muslims. You can't just ban an entire race that is a billion people from the United States. You can go other routes.
You're reading that wrong, though, because he never said he wants to ban all Muslims. He wants to ban ISIS.
Okay, hold on, guys. First of all, Muslim is not a race. It is an ethnicity. A follower. No, it is a follower of the Islamic religion.
Yeah.
And
they're African,
all,
so they are a race, though.
He's not banning every country with practicing Muslims in it. He's banning ones that have high levels of terrorism perpetrated by Islamic extremists. And also, this list of countries was not made by Trump. It was made by President Obama, of these high-risk countries.
What do you think about Puerto Rico in this situation with Trump? That's something.
What do you mean that he's being idiotic in not providing them enough resources.
That's why I think he's stupid. Puerto Rico is a good place.
No, I think he's
if
really
that's your
dumb.
whole counter argument, if that's your whole argument for him not helping them, that it's a good place, then you really need to reconsider your.
No, it's not. It's just a good place.
Well, I mean, they are a territory of the United States.
Yeah, it is.
It's self-cannibalizing to not help out something that's part of your own country.
Exactly, and the reason
but
why.
If you just say it's a good place, that's a pretty weak argument.
Okay, no, my argument, my argument, Hound, is why not take the time to repair Puerto Rico, because it is a part of the United States. It brings in revenue. Trump is a businessman. He should know this firsthand. More revenue is more money in his pocket.
I'm pretty sure we actually I'm pretty sure we make a loss on Puerto Rico from like defense, federal aid, stuff like that.
There's barely any defense and federal aid in Puerto Rico. The
government really doesn't. The government doesn't really make any money. Like, I mean,
no, they do, because think of how many
$3 trillion in debt.
Think of how but that's over a long span of time. It's not just that's a weak argument. Like what Hound was saying to me, that's just not. You're basically now saying, oh, it's Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It is a weak argument.
Okay, we've been like this in debt since like World War II, because we were borrowing from the Chinese and then just inflation over time. But like realistically, our government is not making enough money to pay off. We aren't making enough money to pay off our debt. Yeah. So the government
Trump's already made 150 billion back to your country.
Exactly.
Within a year, so he's
Hold on, is that actually true?
That's actually true. There's a statistic already.
He's actually giving money back to America. They're no longer losing.
Yeah, they're actually making money now.
Well, that's good.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you can see why, you don't have to change your political stance, but you can see why so many people are supporting Trump. Because his ideas, although they may seem controversial, they're working.
It's working out.
Yeah.
It's the way he goes about it.
I think that the only thing that he could definitely work on, but also sort of doesn't have to, is his delivery about shit.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if someone says, President Trump, how do you feel about immigration? He's like, great question, but I have a person for that to answer that for me.
Do you have to work on that?
I actually wanted to bring up something about the wall.
Okay, but I'm just going to make this point. Do you have to change your delivery if your delivery is what won the election in the first place?
No.
There you go.
That's what I was saying. He also doesn't have to, because, it's freedom of speech.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of semantics. One thing, though, like the wall, besides it being outrageously expensive, and it's not gonna happen now, but the wall would have never worked in principle, because the majority of illegal immigrants in the country are people that come here legally with like work visas and then just never leave.
Yeah, but that's the fucking principle of checking people that come in if they actually do leave.
Well, I mean,
if they have a work visa, right? If they have
they have no documentation. They have no documentation.
No, but that's why you check them. That's the whole premise of checking if people are illegal. Like if they don't have the documentation, they're illegal. So that's why you kick them out.
No, I'm fine with that. Like you can check and see if people are illegal, but like a wall is not going to do all the checking for you. It's just
it stops them though a little bit. It's not hard.
Well, 90%. Okay, first of all, yeah, it might stop maybe 10% of illegals that come in, but the cost is like 10%. 90% of illegals come into this country illegally with a work visa and then just never leave.
The way Trump needs to go about it is he doesn't need to build a wall. He needs to assemble a massive task force to take, because it is these human trafficking rings that are bringing in people. I did a lot of research on this topic. Basically, how human trafficking rings work is there is a guide. So how it starts, it top of the chain. You pay someone like $5,000 $3,000 to $5,000 in Mexico, depending where you want to go. There are hot spots in the United States, like places in California, like San Francisco. It's a huge hot spot. Places like that. Basically, so once you pay $3,000 to $5,000, there are people who will use different methods to take you across. You get off. They give you your fake papers and everything like that. And then there's a guide who will take you to the location. They will take you to a house, hold you there for like 3-4 weeks at a time with 30 other people, crammed in a little room. They'll move you around 3 or 4 more times to get you to your destination. It seems like easy, but he could get a task force easily to stop this instead of going to the great lengths. Like, what do you think would be more beneficial? A task force to shut down the smuggling rings in a whole? Because if you shut down the smuggling rings in a whole, it could shut down the smuggling rings for other countries as well. Because they're not just smuggling to United States. They're smuggling to Canada. Canada just doesn't have as big of an issue as it. I think it would be more beneficial to assemble a task force within all the law, like all the federal laws. You said Trump made what, 100 and some odd billion for the U.S.? Mm-hmm. Take 10 million out of that.
I think that would cost more than 10 million.
Yeah.
A task force. If they doled out the money correctly, it would be right around 10-20 million.
You say it as it's so easy, right?
No, I'm not saying it's easy. It's going to take time. No, it's going to take like 5 years.
You say it like it's a fact that it's going to work. But how would it? What if it goes wrong? What if people still go through? How would you go about it? Like, who do you blame?
I'm pretty sure they already have task force that crack down on human trafficking.
There's task force in local police stations, but who would you rather want trying to crack down on this? The FBI or your local police station?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Because the FBI already has a lot of resources. Local police stations, they barely have any resources. Police precincts, they have like nothing. And it's county sheriff offices that are doing it as well. Which is waste of resource, time, and money.
I'm sure there are like dedicated task force from the government that crack down on human trafficking. Like, that seems like a massive oversight to not already have.
Yeah. Welcome to the viewers who are in the stream, by the way. Sorry, I wasn't reading the chat wasn't popping up on my screen. And Amber, to your question, is this the crew for this podcast?
Yeah, no, we do. It's the National Human Trafficking Resource Center.
Yeah, I know, but look at their funding. They don't have a lot of funding. But Amber, your answer to your question is this is not the crew. I am the host of the podcast, but the whole idea of this is kind of like shot from the point. I bring a kind of a new crew every time, or just like 1 or 2 new people to discuss the topics, get different insights, keep it fresh. So many of these, like Hound, Skunk, and Damp, they may more than well be more likely to come back on a future podcast if they have insight on. Yeah, if they have future insights on the discussion, I don't really. It would be beneficial. So yeah, anybody that I know who has good information about what we're talking about and they are competent of what we are talking about, then I'm more than welcome to let anybody on. There's the answer to that question. But yeah, the I don't know. The human trafficking organization, it's wonky. All of them are, like, all these organizations, like, because the reason, like, do you know who runs these organizations that traffic people into the United States?
No, I don't. But I do have a question. How do you know that their funding is poor?
Their funding is poor because I did research on it. I did background research. You can see how much, if you just do a simple Google search, it's kind of embarrassing. You can look up how much funding they have. It's not enough. Their funding is probably most likely very, very weak still.
Okay.
Because why fund something that is very important to the United States so little? Even like, it's government ran too. Like, Hound, in Europe, do you guys have your fair share of immigrant problems?
Too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the countries over here are liberal.
Yeah. It's scattered everywhere. It's just more, I take it it's just more talked about in the United States, I'm assuming.
I mean, obviously, I'm an immigrant to this country as well, so it's kind of weird coming from me. But I've integrated nicely. Of course I'll complain about the country, being like, oh, I don't like this about it, oh, the weather's too cold, you know, because
Yeah.
I come from the south, but it's like, I'll still respect and be productive for the country. I'm not just gonna be here for benefits and just break
be a
my time
productive
till I
member
die.
of society.
Yeah, like that's not my place to be. Like if I don't want to be here, I should leave. Like it's that easy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd
like the no-go zones that are like being set up, like that's when you know you have a problem. Like if the immigrants are being violent and destroying things and
Look at
terrorizing
Detroit,
people-
Michigan. Like, Detroit, Michigan is ridiculous for that. Detroit, Michigan, there's certain areas of the city that you are not allowed to go in without authorization. I honestly feel like this is why I enjoy living in Canada. There's none of this nonsense in Canada, really.
Well, I mean, they did just pass that bill where you can get arrested if you misgender somebody.
In Canada?
Yeah, hold on, let me find it.
I just realized I've been muted for a very long time.
Yeah, I realized that too. I was wondering why you weren't talking there, Skunk.
Given my insight this entire time.
Oh,
You're a
that's...
fucking idiot, Skunk. Just so you know that.
I know.
You know you're an
Just-
idiot
just
when
so you
Hound
know.
calls you an idiot.
Yeah, no,
Because I'm an idiot? Is that how it is?
No. It's just because you
Uh-huh.
know when someone's an idiot. Hound,
Yeah.
simmer down there, big shoots.
Uh-huh.
Simmer
Yeah,
down.
no,
simmer
it's
down.
Bill C-16.
Okay.
The bill adds prohibitions against discrimination on the basis of gender identity and gender expression to the Canadians Human Rights Act. But basically, what the bill means is that it labels misgendering somebody on purpose hate speech.
Yeah,
So
that.
if
Well,
you don't
that's.
wanna- If you don't want to acknowledge somebody, like, let's say you're like religious or something, and you like aren't supposed to like call transgendered people by their preferred pronouns,
Yeah.
and you continually do that on purpose, then like you can be arrested for it.
It's also even before they just made it its own law. Like they made it its own bill. There was another bill, and it's a bill in the United States. It's called defamation of character. You can get arrested for that too.
Well, I mean, defamation of characters is spreading false information that is incredibly damaging.
Yeah, I
Right,
know
it's
it
not
can be
comparable.
it can be incredibly damaging to someone's
This-
self-esteem and
This
how
is
they
the
live.
problem. What if
I mean, but what if it's like some dude that is barely made any effort to transition, like wears a wig
Still
around.
though, it's what they prefer. It's what they feel comfortable. Some people
But
do not feel
preference
comfortable in
shouldn't
their
get
own
you
skin.
arrested. If you go on a slander campaign calling somebody a pedophile, then yeah, that's a case for defamation. But if you just say, "Hey, I'm gonna call you a she instead of a he," that is not a reason to get arrested.
No.
Okay, let me ask you this. What? Think about this. Why do you think schools allow in Canada? I don't know about the U.S. They allowed preferred names, and preferred, like, kids. They don't even have to have permission from their parents. You can go to the office and say, "This is what I prefer to be called as. This is what I'd be preferred to be labeled as." It's that exact reason. It's because
it's preference,
Bro,
but it's not
fucking
comparable.
stupid, this discussion. It doesn't work like that, right?
It's not
boy,
comparable.
girl. That's how it is. You can like it or you can hate it. That's just how it is. You're born a girl. You can't magically change how the fuck you were born.
well, you can.
Yeah, you can
Well, I
change.
mean,
No,
if,
you
if
really
somebody
can't.
makes the
If you're a
effort
boy,
to
you're a boy.
transition,
No, you're still a boy. You're still a girl.
So if let's say somebody passes as the other gender and they clearly put a lot of work into it, right? Are you still gonna call them their original gender?
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess
It doesn't
but,
work like that.
Well, I know, but not everybody does it because it's like.
Do you want to know
societal
something funny?
trend.
You want to know something funny? There is now a quote unquote gender, which by the way, it doesn't work like that. There's two genders.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
no
completely
fucking
agree with that.
45, whatever the fuck it is. The sexual preferences, because you know you have bisexual, you have homosexual. That's not sexual. That's sexuality choice. It's not genders. Like that's how. That's just basic fucking human nature and biology. It's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
easy. Then you have this thing. You now have the Greek god pronouns where you have to call them si and ha.
No, I know that's stupid, and that's what
That's
the
not how it works,
laws in
dude.
Canada are protecting. Like,
I'm not
like
gonna fucking call you they or them just because you prefer to be called that way, or
Well,
else
in
it hurts your feelings. So
California-
you don't know how to feel. Kill yourself if that's how you feel about it.
oh geez.
Do
Exactly.
your boy a
Um,
favor.
One thing I
in
found.
California. I'm sorry. Continue.
One thing I found kind of interesting is, have you noticed that on like every forum website, anything, if like even YouTube would ask you what gender is, a male, female, non-specified for that exact reason. Yeah. Non-specified. All right, we're gonna pull in. There's someone in waiting. Chicken Shitler's in waiting to call. We're gonna pull her.
Okay.
We're gonna pull them in and see what they gotta say.
All right.
Hey,
You just
Shitler.
stopped yourself from pronouncing. I love that.
Huh?
Shitler, you got someone to add to the topic here that
Yeah,
we're
man.
discussing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go ahead.
She's
Go
triggered.
ahead.
She's triggered. I hear
I'm
it.
not
She's
triggered. I was triggered before.
Yeah, you
I
are,
was
you
triggered before because I don't know how a child can tell me they don't like some. Okay, wait.
I mean,
Okay.
Wait, who are you referring to? Me?
Wait.
First of all, I'm not a child. I just sound like a child.
No, I know your age, so I know you're a child.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
he's a
16.
teen.
To me,
I'm
Damn,
a
you
To
gotta think
me,
about it.
That means you know nothing about politics. Because
And
Yeah.
why would you assume that? I've educated myself. If you're
You're
going to talk about
16,
socialism,
You don't know, no, it's not about socialism. I'm just saying in
What do you
general. You don't know life yet. You don't know real life.
Exactly,
I
that's
can
what I'm-
understand.
That's what I think too. Damp, you gotta.
Wait, how old are you?
Who, me?
Damp 16.
Yeah. Oh, you're a Bobby. You're a Bobby.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
I
Damn.
understand that,
And
but
I'm not actually genuinely triggered. I'm not me. I'm not like that. I don't care. If
Yeah.
you think that, then that's cool. I don't care. But what I was
Damn.
actually gonna say is that gender thing. No, shut up. Wait. Nah,
Okay.
I'm thinking that. All right, that gender thing. Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
No. Wait. The gender thing, right? Sure, I think the bill's a bit silly, but on the other hand, why would you purposely misgender someone?
Exactly. That's
That's
rude
me.
yeah,
and
but it
uncalled
doesn't
for.
matter.
It's
No,
not.
that's
It's
me,
not
though.
misgendering someone, dude.
Misgendering somebody.
No. If someone told me, right? All right, and it's obvious, like if you don't mean to, then that's different. But if it's obvious, like you know that person prefers to be called something,
Oh, absolutely.
why would you purposely do that? I'm just asking a
Because it's a
question.
boy
People-
pretending to be a girl and a
people think
boy
like
pretending.
No, that's
Like,
just me.
I-
Why would you say that to someone?
I will
Rude.
call people by their preferred pronouns.
I just- Yeah. It's
and
just
for
rude.
you to
Exactly.
come on the podcast,
Rude and uncalled for.
for you to come on the podcast,
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
okay, and completely discredit everything I'm saying because I'm younger than you. Like,
Yeah.
that is not an argument. I
It
have
Sort of is.
It's
Okay,
in my heart, man.
Damp. This is what I'm
It's in
thinking
your
right
heart.
now.
Oh, so I've got a
It's in
question.
your
Oh,
heart.
I
That's
really-
not an
Okay,
argument.
everybody, hold up,
I love
hold
this.
up,
I
hold
really
up, hold up,
pissed you
hold
off,
up, hold
Leon.
up.
I
Hold up.
mean,
Skunk has to add something to the conversation. Let Skunk talk real quick. Let Skunk
go
talk.
on, sorry.
I'm 19 and he is 16. Does that automatically mean that just because we're both talking about the same subject, my word is more valid than his?
No.
It's
What I'm saying is, right?
I mean that's what you're saying.
No,
No,
I'm not
that's not what she's
saying.
saying. I understand the point that she's trying to
First
make.
of all, Skunk.
You're a bit older,
I-
so I understand it good.
Look, listen. I honestly believe and this is why I don't believe in kids like 16-year-olds having a vote until they're 18. I just genuinely believe you think differently when you're 16 than when you do when you're older, and that's
Exactly.
not
No,
about
I
socialism.
completely agree
That's
with
just about everything. Like you're saying, I just don't think your brain is fully like what you don't
No,
know.
yeah,
things
that's
the way you know.
biology.
what? Okay, this is what
Not just
I'm
brain,
thinking.
but like about yourself as well. You don't
Well,
know
no,
about
I
life
completely
yet.
understand that. Things will change, obviously. I'm not incompetent. I understand that I will most likely have different values when I'm older.
Yeah.
But saying that I am
It's also understanding a part
illogical
of, like,
now
someone
and that
that's
I
I
can't
just
older.
form an argument based
I
on
never said
information that I find.
Okay,
I
hold
didn't say
up,
that.
hold up.
I said fallacious. Yeah. Now he's trying to use long words to prove he's not 16. Yeah.
Wait, are you actually
Nah.
wait? Are you actually a dude or are you actually a chick? Because I can't figure that out.
No,
He's
I'm
a boy.
actually a male.
Yeah, there's
I'm
nothing
a
wrong with it.
Okay, here,
Okay.
hold
What's
up.
wrong with your voice?
Just
Don't
Here,
worry.
Just
man.
make it-
Damp,
just make it
let me
short.
let me put this into terms that
'Cause I heard
it,
you were
it may
saying-
come across easier for you to understand. What Shitler is trying to explain to you is she is not trying to discredit what you're saying. What Shitler is saying is
Well, I mean, that's what she tried
no,
to
no,
do.
no, no,
She's
no,
like,
no, no. What
do you know
Shitler is
about
trying.
politics?
Hold up. What Shitler is
that's
trying to say
misunderstanding.
is older people, they come across easier. They are more knowledgeable. Just because you research something, experience counts way much more.
No, I
And
completely
I don't
agree with
see
that.
how what I'm saying is being 16 and talking about politics, and I did the same thing. This is what I'm saying from experience. You haven't actually lived through the
Exactly.
shit that politics affects you with. right? The
You're
things
old
you
enough to experience it.
you don't know it yet, and even if your parents have, you still don't in your mind know the actual things that happen that affect us when you look at politics. When I was 16, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was really smart, and then when I got older, I
You realized
changed.
you were fucking stupid.
Yeah, and I
okay, but are you saying that I can't contribute to the
no.
conversation?
No,
No,
you can
I
contribute
have-
to
But I won't-
conversation in just a different aspect.
Then what was the
hold
point
up,
of
hold
you
up, hold up.
coming on stream?
This is actually a thing
Why are
that...
you
that-
so
that's-
triggered, bro?
Hold up, calm down, shut up. This is actually a point that she made with you reacting like that. You're still young. You clearly
You're
don't understand the point
brash.
she's trying to make.
I
Young-
mean, I wouldn't consider my behavior right now rash. I really
Okay,
would.
this is what I'm
You
thinking.
are a little bit. You're very serious about what I said.
think
Someone
you're,
sounds
like-
triggered.
I think you're honestly like discrediting him a lot. I think that he has still got maturing to do in his brain, but I think it's a lot like autism. Like there's a spectrum with it. He's not like.
No,
a
you can't. No,
12-year-old
hold up, skunk.
who
Shut
is-
the fuck up right there. You cannot blame that shit on fucking autism. If
No,
you pull
no,
that
no,
card,
no.
you're fucking dead to me.
It's similar to the spectrum. It's like. If
No, you
you're-
can't blame
it's
it on
like
that,
he's
dude.
Not 12, he's 16. Like
Listen,
mean-
Jade fucking tells me constantly that I'm a fucking idiot, and she proves it. Do I fucking blame it on my autism that I'm making a different point than she is? No, I
No.
take the fucking hit in the chin, and I'm like, alright, I was wrong.
Exactly. You own
Is
up
it too
to
hard?
I mean, just you look. I know I haven't experienced everything I ever will, but like, and I know age certainly does affect things, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't invalidate everything I'm saying. You came on the stream.
No, it doesn't invalidate
Hold
it.
on.
It just makes
Please
it
don't
easier.
interrupt me.
Bro, he's so
I'm
angry.
really not. I'm not angry. I'm trying
You
to.
came on the stream.
I know. I'm trying to make a.
You have the audacity to come on here and be like so disrespectful to me.
Okay, look, I
That's-
apologize because. Oh no. Let me just say before you say anything, I do apologize because maybe when I came on, I just said that I said it in a wrong way as well. All right, I'm gonna agree with that. I said it in the wrong way, but I didn't really mean to invalidate you as a person because you sound smart for a 16-year-old, and that's a good thing. And when you're older, you're gonna be 10 times smarter and much smarter than me when you're my age.
That's
Well,
what
I'm
you're
s-
hoping to be. Let's
Well,
get that.
I
clear.
know,
You're
I know.
hoping.
But what I said, and I stand by what I said, is I won't take. If you say something to me, I'll agree. I could like disagree with it. I could agree with it, but I won't take you. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't take you as seriously if you were 20. I mean, like I would
Okay,
take you more
well, you
seriously if
can
you're 20.
do that.
Exactly, because they have that.
Yeah,
light-
that's my
tw-
opinion,
like,
and that's why I said it.
You can
Like,
do that, but I think you would have enough sense to. You've come on a podcast and
Mhm.
you've said, "Oh, well, since you
Here
you
comes the
don't-
trigger.
The way you the way you
Oh my
came
God.
across, right? You came on the podcast and then you were like,
Hey, 'cause I'm
because you
making a
are
joke. I'm making a
because
joke.
you are underage and you have not experienced everything that you're going to experience. What business do you have talking about politics?
That's a
You
good
said the-
argument, though. That is okay. I'm gonna say this, Damp. I do not dislike you as a person, but that is a fucking good argument. You have to actually live through the experience to know
my-
about the experience to the fullest.
There's
You may
also
know
this
a
thing
piece
No,
of
you
it.
don't. That's retarded.
Yes,
You have
No,
to- yes, you do.
Boy, listen, if
But I know
let's
how
let's put it like this,
qualified.
right? Let's put it like this. If you this is a really easy example, right? It might not be the same, but it's the easiest I can think of. If let's say you study as a cook, right?
Mhm.
You have cooked maybe an egg once or twice. Does that mean you know every egg dish in the fucking world?
Doesn't mean you're no Bobby
yeah.
fucking souffle.
Okay, I
out
read
here.
a book
And I
about
think-
cooking. Doesn't mean I'm a chef.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
I understand
You
that.
can
I'm just,
do. You
No,
can
you
I
don't
read
understand
and
it
do
because you're trying
research.
to
no,
discredit
I
that
have
point.
it. I have it. Look, I've admitted I don't know everything. I have not experienced everything, and I will
Exactly.
experience things as I get older.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
understand that I might not be as qualified as I would like to be on certain things.
Yes.
But
but
the
nobody
way
really is these days,
the
dude.
inflammatory tone that you
That's just the way I talk.
That's just the way
I
Shitler.
talk.
That's just the way
Okay.
That's
Shitler
fucking
is.
English for you, dude. That's English.
I know. He,
That's just the way Shitler. That's just who Shitler is. Shitler's a fucking troll.
I mean,
you put on
I-
against me, dude.
Look,
If
I
you can't take-
apologize because you don't. All right,
If
no,
you
no. Let
can't
me
take
just say.
that, dude, that's fucking sad.
That's-
Let me
that's
say
not
no,
how
no,
I'm
no.
taking
It's
it.
not sad. Listen. Damn, listen, yeah. All right. I apologize because honestly, when people know me, they know I'm joking. I actually was joking when I said that because I wrote triggered in the chat and I was just joking. I genuinely because
Fucking
everyone knows I'm left, like a proper left, not that shitty liberal left. So they know that I. No.
You aren't a classical liberal?
I'm a lefty. That's not left. Classical liberal is like right. That's
Yeah,
like middle.
right.
That's right.
That's like right
Because
in the
they're
center.
individualists. But
I'm
I'm a lefty.
conservative.
The thing is, right? What I was saying now, you made me forget because you said neoliberal or whatever the fuck you said.
Classical liberal.
That's the same shit. No, it's not. Anyways,
I'm a conservative.
what I was saying was, right? I'm sorry, I was joking, but I still agree with my point. But that point wasn't meant to be the thing I was going to talk about. So that's what I was just saying.
Okay, well, I guess say what you were gonna say.
Well, I just said it. The
Inflammatory
gender
tone.
thing. I was gonna say okay,
Oh.
and okay. Now let's talk about the socialism thing because I'd really like to know what you don't like about socialism. I just want to know. I'm saying it in a mean
Okay.
way. I just want to know.
Okay, well, I mean, first of all, you know,
What is social? What do you mean when you say socialism?
What
first?
is
Just so I know.
socialism? Let's
Well,
yeah,
I'm talking
start with that.
social
Start with that.
socialism is. Well, no, socialism is like an umbrella of different things. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but overall, the concept of this group-controlled or government-controlled everything
Okay.
is not. It's not productive.
But you were talking about Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
I
Bernie-
was talking about Bernie.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't know the severity of his socialist values. I mean, I can't speak on if he would be good
But you
or
were
bad
speaking
or not.
on it.
But well, I know, but okay, well, socialism carries this extremely negative connotation.
Of what?
So I will concede that maybe I'm uninformed about Bernie Sanders' values whenever it comes to socialism.
He's a social democrat, so it's different. But yeah. But you
Okay.
did say he's a socialist, like twice.
Well, I mean, I thought he was a socialist. I will find, then I will concede he is not a hardcore socialist.
He's
Okay.
a social democrat, and in fact, he's a very soft social democrat because he's not that hard leaning on.
He is quite liberal,
Okay, then
but he's not
He's
like
very
one of
liberal.
those-
That's cool,
No,
that's
he's
what I mean.
liberal. He's not left, but he's a liberal.
He is liberal.
social democrat.
Yeah.
Okay, Damp, let me just say this. I assume this is why Schindler doesn't refer to me and Skunk as a... No, I would assume this is why Schindler doesn't call me and Skunk kids. I'm 18, he's 19. We've experienced. I honestly can look back to when I was 16, 15. I could call myself a fucking retard, because I was.
Oh, like, I was more retarded than Damp was, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, damn smart. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
damn smart, but you have to have that life experience.
I genuinely think that Damp is more intelligent than me.
Damn,
That's just
Well,
like
that's not
straight up being
difficult.
honest.
That's not very difficult, mate.
You're
Damn.
a fucking scouser, mate.
I'm
damn,
joking.
an easier way.
Chicken and chips. Chicken.
Chicken? What fuck?
Okay,
I'm actually in chicken
Sorry,
right now.
let Jack go speak. Wait.
okay,
Go
damn.
on.
To put Hound's point into easier perspectives to think about, just because you read about cooking an egg doesn't mean you can go and cook an egg. You have to learn how physically
I'm
through
pretty sure
experience.
he already made that analogy.
No,
Yeah.
he said something different. He said just because you read a book of how to cook an egg doesn't mean you
No,
can.
that's
That's
not-
me.
that's not
That
what I
was
said.
me. That was me. But
Okay, okay.
Oh, okay.
It was
So you
something
just
like
stole
this.
my
Well, no,
analogy,
no, I
dude. I'm
completely
suing
agree
you.
with that.
Yeah.
I think we're caught up in semantics here.
What you
Yeah.
what you're going to learn as you get older. Wait till you're 18, my age. You're going to look back and you're going to say, you're gonna have so much more life experiences because you're gonna have to start paying pills, have to start
Not
paying
really,
taxes. Yeah, you
Because
are.
There's only
Even
a two. No. There's only a 2-year difference between you two. You're still babies.
still.
Yeah, I was gonna say the thing is that's different, right? Is that also 18 is still retarded, but less retarded.
Like
Exactly.
when you.
But
when you
I know
come
what
to
I'm
Jade at
talking
my
about,
age,
'cause
it's-
my
it's totally-
family-
No, you really don't, because you're also still a baby.
No,
Oh,
I
you
You might
my
have- you might have
family
knowledge about it.
my
but you don't-
family's
you don't
politicians, so
include-
that's how I know about politics.
Yeah, totally, dude.
Oh,
You know
oh.
everything about politics.
No, I don't know everything. I'm admitting that.
Yeah,
That's
I
why.
know, I
If
know.
I
I
would
never said
I'm joking.
that.
see, the
I'm
thing
joking.
is,
Wait, hold on. Your family members are politicians. Like,
Yeah.
at what level?
NDP government, well, federal actually no, I think they're provincial.
Okay.
So you don't even know. What a nerd!
Oh.
The thing, yeah, they're provincial level in Ontario, so
That's pretty cool.
yeah, you got the perks, rich white kid. I know, not bragging.
Oh my god, you're so privileged. Get the fuck out.
Nah.
Get out.
I'm
Get out.
native. I'm not even white.
Get out.
I wonder when I'm gonna get my white privilege check in the mail.
I don't know, maybe.
Dude, you'd probably get sued for that, dude. Don't even worry.
Yeah. Holy guys, this stream, we've actually had some good discussions this stream. I was telling Skunk, the stream's been going on for like an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring it to an end? Like, I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, we can if you guys want.
I'm cool with
You
that.
guys down? Schindler, you down?
I need to beat my meat.
Yeah.
Good night, man.
Alright, night shit. Yep, that's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Shit. Not Shitler, just shit.
Alright,
Just
well,
shit. I am shit. I'm a shit cunt.
Alright, guys.
Alright, done.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Peace
Same.
out, Damp. Thanks
This is
for.
the low end of my fucking career at this point.
Shut up, Hound. Thanks for being on the podcast here, Hound. You had some really good points. I enjoyed having you on. Same with you, Skunk, Damp, and Shitler.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm gonna
Thank you
pull a
very
mass
much.
shooting because of this fucking podcast.
Oh no.
Alright, guys, so this has been Jack. I
Alright,
hope you
you
guys
can
enjoyed the
rest
first
of my
episode of
time.
the System